Howdy guys, this is Danny with Danny Aquatics. We found another location. My wife gave me this little stand. We have an old bedroom in here, and it's kind of more of a storage room, and I kind of told her, I said, you know what, I can put another little aquarium in here. So this is a little bit longer than I need, but it'll fit. I got a 20 long I've been wanting to put together, maybe turn it into a planted aquarium. So I got the stand. So it's an older stand, so it's solid wood, and it's not one of those particle board ones. So I'm going to put this one to use, and I'm going to go get that little aquarium and start putting some stuff together. Stay with me. Alright, so now for that little stand, I'm going to take this 20 long that I've got, purchased at a little thrift store. Had it sitting here for about 2 months, so I've been wanting to do something with it. I'm going to use this one and take it over there and put it on that stand. So we'll get this one. It's been sitting up here on top of the 150 and with my peacocks and haps. So this will help me so I don't have to be moving that thing out of the way whenever I need to move this canopy. So let's get to it. Alrighty, we got it here in the room. I got to take some of that little equipment out. I got the light fixture for it. I went ahead and cut a little mat to put on there to kind of cushion it. And we'll be probably getting this thing, make sure it's totally balanced. And then we can do some more decor work and stuff in there. Get it all set up and let it start cycling. I'll probably pull one of the filters from one of the aquariums that are doubled and swap it out with a new one, and this way this thing will be cycling already with a fully cycled sponge filter. Alrighty guys, we'll get back with you in a second. Alright guys, I got some play sand. I'm gonna be rinsing it out for that 20 long that I got inside. What I'm gonna do is just try to get all the dust out of it and all the fine particles, and hopefully it'll clear up after a little bit. Yeah, I guess around 10 minutes. I'm not sure if you can see this. It's cleared up quite a bit. It's been about 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump the remaining water that's in here, and I'm going to go ahead and start scooping it out and taking it to the aquarium. So follow me along. I'm going to just be scooping this out, put it in this little old water container. This is my favorite part. I love setting up aquariums. Alright, let's take this one inside and let's go start spreading it out. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and remove this new filter that I have sitting in here just for sizing. I'm going to replace that sponge with one of the cycle tanks that's got one identical to it, and that way this thing will be cycled with some fresh bacteria. And we'll go ahead and pour some of this sand in here. And I should have mixed enough, so just spread this out, make it about at least 1 inch thick in here. Should be plenty. I just need to go get the rest of the other one. So let's go get the other one. Alright. Get the remainder of this sand. We'll take all this back inside. I should have enough to cover everything there. I was just eyeballing it, and whatever we end up with should be enough. Scrape all this out. Get it all together. Oh, it's hot out here. Alright, that should do it for that. Let's go take this back in. Alright, here goes the second batch. We don't have too much left area to cover, so we'll pour that in here. That should be enough to fill this, finish this off. Oh yeah, perfect. Kind of just even it out. Looking good. Now we got a little substrate in here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pull one of the full filters out of it. But I'm going to probably wait till that till I do. I'm going to go ahead and start adding water. We've leveled this and everything was just nice and leveled in here. So let's get the water hose. Alright guys, I got the substrate in. I'm checking the levelness again. And I think it's dead on. Parallel is perfect. I did earlier, I had to add an 1/8 of an inch piece of plywood to all 3 corners. Front to back was off a little bit, but it's dead on now. So that looks good right there. So we're going to take that and we're going to fill it with water, and then we'll go ahead and do the filter, put the air pump on, and all set up. I'm going to go ahead and start adding some water. I put a little pyrite flask in here from the kitchen, so that way it doesn't stir up too much the substrate. So let's start putting some water in here. Air out. Start filling up slowly but surely. This tank shouldn't take 20 gallons. Should take maybe less than 5 minutes to fill up, more likely. Nice, fresh, clean water. And once it starts filling up a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and add some prime and some stability. That way it'll help this filter. Like I said, this filter, we're going to end up changing the filter part with one of the filters that's already cycled in one of the other aquariums. And that way this tank will be basically cycled already. But for now, we're going to just let this tank cycle probably for at least a week and let it run. I might throw in just one convict in here just to keep the tank active. So let this thing fill up and we'll check on this later. Right, we're about a quarter of the way. Not too cloudy. It's not stirring up too much substrate, so it's coming along good. And the thing is, this water's going to be warm. And the groundwater is still coming out probably around 85 degrees, 84. So, alright, I would say probably about another 5 minutes it should be done. Alright guys, we're almost there. Been about 5 minutes and we're at that point of stopping. It's perfectly lined. That line is perfect all the way across. So, alrighty. I might call it good right there. So, shut the water off. I'm gonna go turn the tap off, and I'll be right back. Alright, the water's off. I'm gonna go ahead and bleed this line. Get all the pressure out of it. We can remove that container and the water line and get that out of here. Let me take this back to the kitchen area, so bear with me. Got rid of that. Let me get this out of here. Oh, that water's warm. I could bathe in that water. There's slime there. I'm not sure what this is, but get rid of that. All right. It's not too bad. That's why it's good to make sure you wash the substrate out real well. It kind of keeps it from being cloudy when you first start your beginner tank. So guys, those of y'all are just starting off a tank, this is a easy way to get set up. As long as you wash your substrate well, and if you have somebody that has an aquarium already established, get you a filter from them and get that cycle going in this tank. So like I said, it's going to take at least a week or so to get this tank established or get it cycled. get that ammonia going, and get those nitrates going. So for now, let's go get that filter. I'll be right back. I'm going to take one of the filters off the 55-gallon Mbuna tank here. Pull the top off. I'm going to remove just the sponge and replace the new one over here. This one's been in here probably for about 2 months since I've cleaned it, so it ought to be well, or I should say anaerobic, but it'll have good bacteria built up in it. So let's get this thing out of here. Yeah, this is so hard doing with one hand, guys. So I got this one switched out, and some of these rocks fell into place to go, so remove some of this old dried up coral. I use a lot of coral in the Mbuna tank to kind of harden the water up, and that's it. So that one will stay in there, and this one's going to go in the other tank. Let's take this one over there real quick. Put this back together, and let's take this to the back tank. Look at all that nice gunk on there. Yeah, it's alive. That's what I'm talking about. It sure does help to have extra filters. So, I'm going to put this together, and we're going to drop this in here. This is going to really help this tank grow. You can see that stuff coming off of there already, so let's plug this thing on. Get this thing going. Where's that cord at? That's the light. Alright, let me get this plugged in. Let's make some magic. We'll get this thing going and bubbling. Get this thing cycling. Alright. The lid, I used that polycarbonate material you get at Lowe's or Home Depot. It's 1/4 inch covering for greenhouses. So that stuff really works good. It transmits light real well. So we're going to use the light bar that I got that it came with. I had to kind of reshape the corners to make it stay on the tank. So other than that, I think it's doing pretty good. Let's see if I can hook up the lights real quick, just for show. Not loud. All right, let's create some lighting here. It has 2 modes. It has the blue mode or full spectrum light, or almost full, because I don't see the red. It just has blue and clear. But this is it for this project for now, guys. This will be part 1 of setting up a beginner's aquarium, a 20-gallon long. So stay with me, and next week we'll be posting another video on adding fish to this tank. So guys, alright guys, like this tank here, we added nothing but pure water. It's basically well water. So what we're going to do, I don't want to kill all that good bacteria in that filter, so we're going to add a cup of prime to this water. I know that's like for 50 gallons, but you can dose it to 5 times, so that'll be safe for this tank. And the stability, to add a little bit of extra beneficial bacteria, that's good for, I believe, 10. 1 capful is good for 10 gallons. So we're going to do 2 to make sure we get enough to add a little bit more for the 20-gallon size. And they recommend dosing this for like 7 days straight. Even though we have it cycled, I'm going to probably do at least 5 days, but the recommended dose is 7 days to help to cycle this tank. So we're going to get this going, and we'll get back with y'all on the next video. Alright, later, bye. This is Danny with Danny Aquatics. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day, guys. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all on the next video. Take care, or bye.